take a look at the Festool CT MIDI dust extractor. It works really well for sanding operations, whether there's a lot of dust, just a little bit of dust, either way, it does really well at collecting all of that dust. Also works really well in situations where you're going to have a lot of dust, like right here I'm using a domino to cut a 10mm slot, and you'll notice when I pull the domino away that the hole is clean and there's no sawdust. And then when it's time to take your MIDI with you, on the job site or whatever, the power cord and the suction hose roll down inside the top of this little hose caddy here, which is built in. It's part of what you get when you buy it. And then it has connections for your sustainer locks, so you can also drop a sustainer on and you can see you can get the sustainer locked onto it, and then you can roll it all around as one unit. Nice and convenient. You can stack multiples of them and it still rolls just fine. And then if you're in a place where you need the MIDI to sit still, not roll around, you can just lift the front end up a little bit and slide this down, this little foot, drop it down, and now the front wheels are disengaged. You can spin around and your MIDI is going to stay put. When you're ready to go, let's back up a little bit, push in on that, slide it up. There you go. You're ready to move around. And the MIDI and all of the other Festool extractors use vacuum bags, so you can kind of keep the dust from blowing everywhere when it's time to empty it out. Really easy to change. Just unlock the top, lift the top off. There's the bag on the inside. There's these two little flaps here you can just undo. Lift it out, push this to hold in the dust. Take that to the dumpster, bring over your new bag, drop it in, and it's just the reverse. Slide it down over those same little flaps. It'll click into place. With that hole open, then you can just take the top, drop it on, lock the wings on the outside, and you're ready to go. A couple of the other things that I like about the MIDI, and this would be true of all of the Festool extractors, you have variable suction. If you're doing something like running a router, track saw, something like that, of course you'd want the suction all the way up. In some sanding operations, if you want to minimize swirl marks, you can kind of tune that suction so that you're getting just a little bit of a float, but a little bit of a suction for the sander so that you don't get the swirl marks. It's tool actuated when you have it set to auto, so you plug your tool in, connect your hose, and then with this set to auto, as soon as you power on the tool, it powers on the vacuum. If you were doing some cleanup work and not using a tool, you can switch it over to manual, and that just turns it on just like an on-off switch.
I'm not done.